Welcome to my bedroom, and this is my bedside table, an RSL Speedwoofer 12S. And it's basically new, it works just fine, but I want to find out, does this suffer from plate amp syndrome? And what I mean when I say plate amp syndrome is the tendency for every single subwoofer plate amp to be built like absolute garbage. We're talking no-name Chinese capacitors, we're talking horrible solder quality, we're talking tons of conductive glue, all that sort of thing. It's a plague among plate amps, including ones of high-end brands. And I haven't seen any teardowns for RSL woofers anywhere else on the internet, so someone's got to bite the bullet and do it. So let's do it like Dave on the vlog, and don't turn it on. Take it apart. Oh, there we have the screws out. Let's see if it'll come out one-handed. It's definitely loose. There we go. Ooh, that's not looking good. Now there we have the amp on the bench, and what's the verdict? Wah wah. This definitely suffers from plate amp syndrome. So we have Cheng branded primary side capacitors, the absolute meme for plate amps. Secondary side and all the small caps seem to be United brand, which is just no name, unremarkable, nothing real, so to speak. This PCB is not mounted very well. That sure is an angle. And it's got tons of that black adhesive that's notorious for going bad over time. Some silicone white stuff as well, but also a decent amount of the black stuff that sometimes goes conductive. I wanted to take this RSL branded empty PCB off, but they've red Loctited the screws all over, so disassembly of this is basically impossible. You can see how this screw, it just snaps off. That's gonna have to get glued in place now, I guess. So yeah, that's not very service friendly of them. The woofer wiring is hardwired, but there is actually a plug a bit further into the cabinet, so you can disconnect that. Yeah, I'm sure they're using some decent semiconductors. I haven't actually seen the amp chips. I'm not sure which they're using or where they are, because it's really difficult to see anything with this stupid plate in the way, and I don't fancy breaking any more screws on this thing unless I really have to. The main relay brand is Songle. Yep, that sounds reputable. United caps down in there. And just say Roger Sound Labs on the bottom of PCB down there. So I'm not just cheating you, this is the actual amp. Yum. And I was expecting that this is a reasonably expensive subwoofer anyway. Like, it costs about $1,000 when all's said and done. I was hoping I wouldn't have to see Cheng. Yeah, there you go. The Speedwoofer 12S suffers from plate amp syndrome. Oh no, the real cherry on top. The part number of the standby power supply IC is sanded off. So when the standby power supply goes, you bloody well can't even repair it. Oh, now mad. That's just bad. Shame on you, Roger Sound Labs. I expected better. So yeah, this is just a huge disappointment. I was not expecting that level of just malevolence or kind of it ICs. That's just bad. Ah, I can't recommend these anymore. This is just not good. I mean, they're not any better or worse than any of the other playtimes. They're all like this. But they could have done better. They've gone to the effort of making this weird custom blank PCB thing. Oh man. Anyway, I did end up drilling out the carcass of that screw and just putting self-tapper in there, so with blue Loctite, so that's going to be there forever. So yeah, there you go. The RSL Speedwoofer 12S does suffer from playtime syndrome. Cheerio.